That Monday was my first day as guest of the Gladden family. They didn't mind in the least talking about themselves and things in general, quite frankly, once they'd sized me up. Let's meet Mrs. Gladden's 4 married daughters. Violet is married to Johnny Patton. Johnny works at Billingsgate. Mrs. Gladden's second daughter, Lil, was sewing cowboy suits a mile away. Her third daughter, Eileen, overcoats, posh ones too, for the West End. And Nellie, the fourth one, was shopping. And Johnny apart, the remaining brothers-in-law. Sid Arnott is Lil's husband and deals in scrap. Eileen's husband, Bill Holt, at Spitalfields. He's not his own boss, but running sputs from Essex, tomatoes to Surrey, well, it's not a bad living. And Nellie's husband, Fred Davies. He's an expert in china vases and Savile Row suits. It was midday, and Grandad and Granny Gladden were looking after Bill Holt's son, Christopher.
Want a cup of tea, ma'am?
Not now, Arlie. Later on.
Okay.
Right.
Mrs. Gladden, do you like being surrounded by your family like this with your
Yes,
daughters
well,
always calling out?
Yes, well, I've had so many years now. I mean, they've always been there, and I love them around with me.
Well, how did they come to be living almost next
Well,
door, right on the top of you?
The place was so very hard to get. The first one said, "Mum, do you think that your landlord will give me a place?" And I said, "I'll ask him." And I asked him, and then it's been like eventually the old five out of the 6 of them I've got places for.
But don't you find it a bit awkward now and again? Because after all families have squabbles occasionally. Don't you get dragged into them?
No, I've never been yet, so I just don't take the note. I don't interfere with their business at all. I think to myself, well, they get over their troubles better without me.
But don't they bring some of the troubles to you?
They do, but I just take the notice of them and just put them right and think to myself, well, you'll get over it. My son-in-law's come in and told me some troubles about them. What do you think of Violet today? See, did you hear the start on me? I say, "Oh, John, you'll get over it." I say, "Yes, but Mum, you don't know what she is when she starts." I say, "Oh, you'll get over it. You'll be all right."
Well, you're careful not to take sides.
No, don't take no sides in it, because I think they're both as bad as one another.
But occasionally you come
Takes
down
two to make a row, I always think.
You occasionally come down on somebody's side.
No, I don't think so. I just don't interfere, that's all.
I've heard a lot of jokes about mothers-in-law, but all your sons-in-law tell me you're absolutely wonderful.
They come in to me now and again and say, "Now, which is the best son-in-law now, do you think?" Of course, it causes a joke. Well, when they come in here, sometimes they come in here, about 3 of them, and tea time of a Sunday, and we laugh here, and my husband tells me all the tales about years ago, and it's a scream here of a Sunday afternoon.
Well, now that all your daughters are grown, they're married and got children of their own, do they still come and ask your advice, or do they like to stand on their own feet?
No, they generally come to me, ask me. If any of the children are ill, they say, "Mum, what would you do?" I say, "Well, take them to the doctors or get them something like I used to." I said, I used to tell them I could never afford to go to doctors, so if they're not well, they give them a dose of Calcidol or something like that, and they get over it.
Do you find a big difference in family life now from when you were young, bringing up all these youngsters?
I do, because, I mean, so years ago it's different to the children now. They seem to get more their own way now. They used to get their own way in a lot of things, but I used to get like of a dinner time, and they'd come home to dinner to get what I thought to get, and they used to sit down and eat it. Well, now, sometimes they say, "What would you like to do? What would you like for dinner today?" And I say, "Don't ask them, Violet, get it." They'll eat it. They say, "No, they won't, Mum." I say, "Well, you shouldn't bring them up like that, should you? You should just get it like I used to." They'll eat it just the same.
So, whose way is right, do you think?
Well, they think theirs are, I think mine is.
Hello, Mum. Gives down with the key. I'll be home just after 5 from work.
All right, Lil, leave it there.
Hello, Bob.
Hello, Lil. Your mother and father have just been telling me what a wonderful family you are for sticking together.
Oh, yeah, we always stick together. I think we always will.
But you stick together when you get into trouble?
Oh, sure. Like last Easter time when we had a fire upstairs, I came home from work and all the living room was burnt out. I just looked at it and went in by as I was choked. Anyway, the brother-in-law said, "Don't worry, girl, we'll see to it." So I said, "All right, we'll have a day off tomorrow." Anyway, they said, "No, you're not having no day off. We don't want no supervisors. We'll do it." I went off to work. When I came home at 5:30, I didn't even know the kitchen. It was smashing. New windows, new wallpaper. It was really lovely. Anyway, they'd even scrubbed out, as a matter of fact. And I think that was the first time I ever sent them all out to have a drink together.